100K before 40 is all you need to retire early. The surprising truth for millennials. What if I told you you don't actually need millions of dollars to retire early? That the real number, the one that can give you complete financial freedom, isn't 2 million or even 1 million. It's 500,000. I know, it sounds unbelievable, right? You might be thinking, 500,000 in this economy with inflation? But stay with me. Because once you understand how money compounds and how wealth actually grows, you'll see why hitting that number before 40 could completely change your life. Now, this isn't a message for the ultra-rich. This is for the middle class. For people working hard, earning somewhere between 60 to 150,000 a year. People raising families, paying bills, trying to do the right thing, and wondering if they'll ever be free. In this talk, I'll walk you through what $500,000 really means, how you can get there, and why you might not need to save another dollar once you do. Before we begin, let's set a few ground rules. If you're aiming for that 500,000 mark, I'll assume you've already cleared your high-interest debts, especially credit cards, because saving while paying 22% interest makes no sense. You might still have a mortgage, and that's fine. When I say 500,000, I'm talking about your liquid investments. The money in your brokerage account, your retirement accounts, your ETFs, your index funds, not the equity in your home. Just the money that works for you while you sleep. So let's talk about why most people never get there. It's not because they don't earn enough. It's because of something called lifestyle inflation. In your 20s, you have student loans, maybe a car loan, maybe credit card debt. Then you start earning more, but life starts expanding. There's marriage, buying a house, new furniture, kids, vacations, and that new car that you deserve. And every time income goes up, lifestyle quietly follows. You earn more, but save the same, or sometimes even less. That's how even people making $300,000 a year can end up broke every month. The very first step toward wealth is debt freedom. Until your high-interest debt is gone, you're not working for yourself. You're working for the banks. Once that's paid off, everything changes. Because now, every dollar you save belongs to your future, not someone else's pocket. The hardest milestone is your first 100,000. That's where most people give up. It takes discipline, time, and patience. But once you reach it, something amazing starts happening. Your money begins to help you save. When you cross that 100,000 mark, compounding quietly kicks in. And if you keep going, adding 10, 15, 20,000 a year, that snowball starts rolling faster than you can imagine. Let's say you've built $200,000 in investments. At an average return of 10%, that's $20,000 a year, without doing anything. Now imagine you're also saving $20,000 from your job. That means you're putting $40,000 into your portfolio every single year. Half from you, half from your money. That's the moment compounding starts to lift some of the weight off your shoulders. Keep doing that, and eventually you hit 500,000. This is the turning point. The stage where your investments begin to grow faster than you can save. At that point, your portfolio alone, at a 10% return, makes $50,000 a year. That's a middle-class income. And from here, you don't have to save aggressively anymore, because your money is now working harder than you ever could. Let's call this the rule of two doubles. If you have 500,000, you only need two doubles to reach true financial independence. The first double takes you to 1 million. The second takes you to 2 million. At an average market return of around 10%, one double takes about 7 years. But to be safe, let's say 10. So 2 doubles, 20 years. That means if you reach 500,000 by age 40, you could have 2 million by 60 without adding another dollar. That's the quiet power of compounding. Now let's address the big one. Why can you stop saving after 500,000? Because beyond this point, your investments grow faster than your savings rate. Let's say you usually save $20,000 a year. A $500,000 portfolio at just 7% earns $35,000 a year. That's already more than what you can save from your job. So your portfolio now outperforms your effort. You can still work, still earn, still invest a little if you want, but But the pressure to save every dollar is gone. You're no longer racing, you're gliding. From this point on, your focus shifts from accumulation to optimization. Instead of thinking, how can I make more money? You start thinking, how can I make my money work smarter? You start focusing on taxes, investment accounts, compounding efficiency, and avoiding mistakes. You stop chasing fancy lifestyles or expensive upgrades. Because now, you understand that the goal isn't to impress people. The goal is freedom. Let's look at the math again. If you invest $500,000 and it compounds at 10% a year, after 7 years, it's about $1 million. After 14 years, it's about $2 million. After 21 years, it's about $4 million, without adding a single extra dollar. This is why the rich keep getting richer, not because they work harder, but because they understand the one rule that most people ignore. Don't interrupt compounding. Now you might be thinking, that sounds great for older generations, but what about us millennials? Actually, you're in the best position ever, because you have time and technology. You can invest instantly, globally, with zero trading fees. You can automate your savings and let compounding run in the background. Even if you start at 30 or 35, you can still hit 500,000 by 40 or 45 if you're consistent. You don't need to time the market, you just need to stay in it. Here's a simple way to reach it. Number 1, eliminate high interest debt. You can't build wealth while paying for someone else's yacht. Number 2, save at least 20% of your income. Number 3, invest it in broad index funds. The S&P 500 is your friend. Number 4, every time your income goes up, increase your savings, not your lifestyle. And number 5, automate everything. When emotions stay out, success walks in. You'll hear people say, I'll start saving when I make more. But that's a trap. If you can't save 10% of a small income, you won't save 10% of a big one. Wealth is not built by what you earn. It's built by what you keep. Some people say the market is risky. Yes, it's risky in the short term, but over decades, history shows that broad markets always recover and grow. The real risk isn't the market, it's giving up too early. And remember, wealth is not just numbers, it's mindset. Once you cross that 500,000 mark, something inside you changes. You stop thinking in terms of scarcity, and you start thinking in terms of possibility. You no longer fear job loss or unexpected bills. You gain confidence because you know time is now on your side. From here, money becomes a tool, not a trap. That's the real purpose of wealth, not endless luxury, but freedom. The freedom to spend time with your family, to take a walk without checking your email, to work because you want to, not because you have to. So why is 500,000 before 40 the magic number? Because by that point, you've cleared your bad debt, you've built enough for compounding to carry the rest, and you've earned the right to stop saving aggressively without falling behind. You don't have to retire tomorrow, but you'll finally have choices, you'll finally have peace, and you'll finally have control. So next time someone tells you that you need millions to retire, smile quietly, because you know the truth. You just need enough for time to take over. 500,000 before 40 is not the finish line. It's the doorway to freedom. And once you walk through it, life begins to feel very different. Stay patient, stay consistent, and remember, compounding rewards those who wait. That's all for today. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.